what's up, guys? It's the cool dude here, and welcome to another episode of Logo Evolution. And today, I'm going to be doing a Logo Evolution on DreamWorks. DreamWorks, formerly known as DreamWorks SKG, is a production company, both live action and animation, funded by Steven Spielberg, the greatest film director of all time, Jeffrey Katzenberg, who formerly worked at Disney before, and David Geffen, founder of Geffen Records. Which, that's what actually SKG actually stand for. DreamWorks is a production company that makes, of course, live-action movies through DreamWorks Pictures, and then they have their animation division, known as DreamWorks Animation. Their first animated movie is Ants, which is a ripoff of course, Disney and Pixar's A Bug's Life, although both movies were actually really good. Their first movie is called The Peacemaker, something like that, released in 1997 through, of course, DreamWorks Pictures. That one is live action. So the live action movie came first, then their animated movie. And their animated movies were doing good, and especially when it comes towards Shrek, kind of. Their 2D animated movies to combat Disney kind of being mixed or ended up flopping in the box office. The most infamous one being Sinbad, released in 2003. It was so bad that DreamWorks Animation is now its own studio in 2004. Their distribution stuff. DreamWorks self-distributed even the animated movies until 2006, until Paramount Pictures decided to release both of those. But then they decided to have separate distributors for the division. The live-action one would be Disney on their failed adult division, and then after that, their animated ones being released by Fox until, 2017. The adult one being until 2016, when Universal decided to distribute like Paramount regardless. Although their live-action ones are distributed by either Fox, Paramount, or even Lionsgate, and sometimes even Universal's own Focus Features. Katzenberg and Geffen would actually leave, so yeah. But we're not going to the background of, not only that, but we go on to DreamWorks Pictures. We have DreamWorks Pictures. DreamWorks Pictures is a production company established by, those three people. They're actually best known for, of course, The Peacemaker, Mouse Hunt, the Transformers series until Paramount took over full distribution of it, although they did distribute the others. Minority Report, and that is actually it. DreamWorks, and of course American Beauty, although that movie is weird in today's standards due to obvious reasons. They then signed a deal with Paramount Pictures, and then of course Disney through their adult division. But here's the thing about it. Disney would purchase the Marvel movies, and then Star Wars, and then DreamWorks Animation's distributor, Fox. Yeah, so the distribution deal expired, and would release by Universal, who purchased DreamWorks Animation that same year. And we now go on to the logo from DreamWorks Pictures. Again, they're best known for the weird, obvious movie American Beauty, of course Peacemaker, Mouse Hunt, the two Transformers movies, and, other movies. And the logo is, and the only logo from DreamWorks Pictures is, it's called the Moon Boy, and it's been in use since 1997. There is a alternate music variant which was only in use in Mountain, although it was previously, especially the end part, was previously used as a short version for DreamWorks Interactive. In 2002, it would have a bit darker sky. In 2021, the logo would be redone with a little bit of an animation. Even the sky animation is even more animated. There's a different version of that variant. This, even though it's still in use, even though it's from the 90s, it's actually a really good logo. The logo is actually really good, and especially that it's used in popular movies, especially during the Paramount ones and Universal ones. But still, it's so good, it's still in use to this day. Yeah. But we now go into, of course, the one y'all been waiting for, DreamWorks Animation. Before I talk about DreamWorks Animation, did you know, I'm going to talk about that. Did you know that they used to have a gaming division called DreamWorks Interactive? Although the only memorable games they have is Jurassic Park, The Lost World, and of course, Medal of Honor, especially the latter because it led to the Call of Duty series. And even people of 2015 Inc. that worked on Allied Assault, even established Infinity Ward to make the Call of Duty series. And speaking of leaving, Steven Spielberg would even already leave the Medal of Honor series. And then, of course, EA closed them down way after they rebranded them into EA Los Angeles in 2012. Yeah. And then they would, go into DICE, reforming into DICE Los Angeles. They're currently known as Ripple Effect to work on 2042, but I'll talk about DICE another time. But you do need to know is that they used to have a gaming arm, and then now they're DICE, best known for Battlefield, and to work on, Battlefield. But that's all you gotta know. Now animation. The animation side, DreamWorks Animation was established in, 1994 as a part of DreamWorks Pictures, the live-action studio. DreamWorks Animation's first movie is Ants, which is actually a ripoff of DreamWorks Pixar's A Bug's Life. Although both movies were really good. And of course, DreamWorks Pictures would distribute them until when Paramount decided to distribute those movies, just like their live-action movies. And then, of course, would go separate distributors. The Pictures one is, of course, Disney. The animation side is actually from a different studio, who would actually be purchased by Disney, Fox, back in 2012 after release of Rise of Guardians. Until the movie, which is, released in 2017, when the distribution deal changed to Universal, and just like Paramount, they also released the live action ones. So, yeah, going back into that, since Paramount. Although unlike the live action ones, it's just straight up Universal. Starting with the release of the third How to Train Your Dragon movie. Their latest movie is The Wild Robot, which is one of the best movies of all time, and that is how you do a movie because it's new and original. Their up-and-coming movie by that same, well, based on the book by that same, well, author who did that book. You can probably guess what it is, and you probably have heard of it at school. But it's the same artist who wrote, of course, Dogman. That movie's being made, but unlike that movie, it's being by someone else, not DreamWorks, although they are making it. Yeah. And, yeah, they're best known for Shrek, although they are also best known for How to Train Your Dragon and the Madagascar stories, even Monsters vs. Aliens. Yeah, but they're mostly and mainly best known for Shrek because, of course, that meme, which I'd rather not talk about, but you probably heard of that. Yeah. But now we go into some logos from them. Oh yeah, before that, Comcast bought them out in 2016. But yeah, we now go into some logos, starting with the first one, and that is, it's called the Day Moon Boy, and it was used from 2004 to 2011. There's a variant with SKG in it. There's a variant without animation. In 2006, the Moon Boy will, be shown above animation, and most of them doesn't have the extra clouds in the back. This is actually a really good logo. So, yeah. Although, the Moon Boy is kind of hard to see during the day, but still, it's really good. And it's actually seen on popular movies like Shrek sequels, even Over the Hedge, the logo's first movie. And even, well, as a custom variant, to Kung Fu Panda, and of course, Monsters vs. Aliens, one of the best movies of all time, especially the 2000s were the dawn of DreamWorks Animation, with really good movies at the time, although there were some weird ones. But yeah, now we go on to the next logo, and that is the Night Moon Boy, and it was in use from 2010 to 2017. There's a 20th anniversary variant. There's a still version. And there's an animated variant that says DreamWorks 20 Years of Dreams and Laughter. Now this is a good logo. It's back to being night. It even kind of reminds me of DreamWorks Pictures, but still, it's a really good logo. Yeah, it could have been used a bit more, but yeah, this is actually a really good logo. We now go on to the next logo, and that is the Night Moon Boy 2. And it is in use, from 2019 to 2022. Now this is how you do a logo, let alone another 2010s logo. Not to mention 2019 logo, not this stupid still images that can easily be done on Microsoft Paint because they literally have made some of, the stuff on that, let alone 3D Paint, which has kind of failed. And or oversimplified logos, although it does look like it, but not really. And, of course, logo downgrades from previous logos. Warner Brothers. Yeah. But still, the logo is really good, although unfortunately the logo is replaced with the next logo. Although it could have been used more, but first let's talk about the 25th anniversary variant. The logo is called 25 years and is only in use in 2020. Now this is a good logo. It's even done by Shine, that same studio that did the MGM 2012 logo. Yes, Shine. Well, although it could have been seen in a theatrical movie. Actually, Trolls World Tour could have been seen in theaters, but unfortunately, the logo is forgotten, kind of. But yeah, due to, of course, the global thing that happened. So, yeah. But it's still nice, though. And we now go on to the current logo, and that is the Sailing Moon. And it's been in use since 2022. The logo is really good, but yeah, it's just they don't have to call it the Moonchild. They just do that because of, well, you know. Not only that, the logo's a bit of a downgrade, and then of course the characters I was showing, like Boss Baby, kinda suck. But other than that, it is actually a really good logo. The music is nice. So, yeah.